I'm Sal.
I'm Beth.
We are the Brewery Lovers. Our final installment of Vermont. 21 breweries in Vermont. Did I say brewery correctly?
As good as we say it. I'm going to pour beer now so that I can stop paying attention to how bad my hair looks.
It's a rainy, very rainy day in New Jersey. However, it's really warm. So kind of a combination, not necessarily.
Warm, it's humid. It's November.
Not necessarily a good hair day.
But, my hair is dreadful.
So appropriately sharing a Vermont IPA. Classic fiddlehead. There you go. Nice. Don't block your face. Block my face.
It's temporary.
They don't want to see my face.
They don't
want to
see my
your
hair.
face.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I know, it's so fruity, like
Juicy,
stone fruit.
fruity, hazy IPA. This is it. This is like one of the quintessential examples.
The taste of New England.
Yep, there it is.
So, last video on Vermont.
Which is Hill Farmstead, Lawson's, and the Alchemist. But before we get to that, we thought we'd tell you. We liked all the breweries we went to. We went to 21.
21.
We liked them all, except one, which shall remain nameless. And so
Which
we
was
thought,
pretty, but the beer wasn't very good.
beer was anyway. So we thought, let's go through the ones that we would absolutely recommend you do not miss if you go to Vermont, in no particular order, except maybe chronological. I think the way we visited them. Farm Road in Bennington, superb, doing a great job. Beer's excellent, and they have a wood-fired pizza. We did not eat it. Big surprise. Long Trail's been there forever. It's still pretty darn good.
Yeah,
and
it's
really
kind of old school, but it's beautiful, and the beer's solid.
beautiful
and
spot.
Right near Killington, like if you're skiing, you need
Yeah, it's
to go
literally like almost right on Pico Mountain, right?
Yep.
Practically. Foley Brothers, oh my God, a hidden gem for us. We didn't even know this brewery. The beer was just rock solid right down the middle. Well worth finding.
Drop in, which we loved. It's, perfect academic examples of everything you try.
Yeah, that's Steve Park's brewery in Middlebury. Well, it doesn't matter.
Do you want me to go back and write these down?
No, it's okay.
Since it's going to keep coming up?
No, I'll put it in the doobly-doo.
Okay.
Steve Parks, as you may have seen from the previous video, a pioneer in craft beer, consultant, brewmaster. Everything he does is straight down the middle, absolutely drop dead perfect. So you got to go there.
And there's a huge variety of styles there. I'm not sure we had a New England IPA there because there was so much to choose from.
Yeah, but we had that Irish Stout, which was almost perfect. We had that pale Irish, whatever it was. But the ESB, was amazing. And
so good.
You don't see that too often.
Doppelbock.
The Doppelbock was amazing. When you see ESB, it's often not good, but Steve's is really amazing.
Perfect.
Foam. I skipped Burlington. Sorry, Burlington. Yeah, Burlington beer. Beer's great, and the place is just really
gorgeous.
Yeah, they just did such a nice job converting this old brick photographic film factory.
And it's easy to park there.
Very easy to park if you're driving an RV. Foam, forget it. Just more than one person said, if you're going to Vermont, you have to go to Foam, and they were right.
Yeah.
The beer was just right down the middle.
And right on the lake, it was gorgeous.
What's next?
Zero Gravity, also in Burlington. Burlington, like if you can only do one town because you only have a weekend, it's probably Burlington.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but I don't like to pick favorites, but it's just easy. It's a target-rich environment.
It is. And pretty much all the breweries we went to made good beer.
Yep.
The other thing we liked about Zero Gravity is...
it opened. It opened at 8 a.m.
8 o'clock in the morning. We're like, we can go there and drink beer at 8 o'clock? And they're like, yeah, you can. Like, okay, we will. Challenge
and
accepted.
We did.
And we did. That was fun.
More than once.
Let's see. That was, of course, the big ones. Alchemist, Hill Farmstead, Lawson's, which we're going to get to in a sec. And then another, in my opinion, hidden gem was 10 Ben's up in Hyde Park. Plain Jane tasting room, nothing to look at. But boy, was the beer good.
Beer was solid.
Yeah, right down the middle. Prohibition Pig for sure. That's where Alchemist used to be. You walk in there and you can't believe that they made that much heady topper in that little brewery because it's very small. And then you realize, okay, that's why people used to wait in line for heady topper, and you had to go on alternate Thursdays or something. It was
like gasoline rationing in the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, most people won't understand
That's
that
all right.
reference.
Some of them will. But and plus the food, well, we didn't eat it, but we wanted to.
It smelled so good.
Yeah, the smell, the look, and it was very crowded, and everyone was eating. The place is known for barbecue, but the beer was absolutely phenomenal. So those are our top, however many. We didn't count them. If you're going to Vermont, those are the ones that you really definitely want to visit.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
Okay, on to the main event here. Hill Farmstead. They spared no expense on the sign.
Or the driveway.
It's really funny because Hill Farmstead is considered by many one of the best craft breweries, not in Vermont, not in the United States, in the entire world. And this is the sign. I guess if you're the best in the world, you don't need a good sign.
Yeah.
So that made me laugh.
If you know, you know.
It's a pretty spot. It's up in the mountains. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like your cell phone.
It's a destination.
Yeah.
Your GPS might not work. You have to download your directions before you get there. They like you to make a reservation in advance because then you get the undivided attention of the server for as many questions you have or whatever sips you want. They give you their undivided attention. Also, there's no cash and no tips.
Yep.
Like you can leave extra, but it goes to charity, I believe.
Really nice yard. People playing bago here. Just a street ahead. It's a pretty spot up in the mountains. But it's all about the beer. Here's the brewery. Look at this place. I mean, you could eat off the floor in there. Just gorgeous. Here's a
brewers
brewer.
clean a lot.
Brewer cleaning. What's the formula? 80% of your time cleaning. 10% of your time brewing.
I think it's probably 15% brewing. I'm going to give him that.
I say 80% of your time cleaning, 10% of your time brewing, 10% of your time drinking. No frills tasting room, but as Beth said, when it's your turn, he's yours. He or she, we had a he that day. But I mean, we could have stood there for 30 straight minutes, I think, and asked questions. And he never rushed us. He never looked behind us to see what the line was doing. He never rolled his eyes. He was really present and all about service and information. It was really, we didn't obviously spend that long, but
no.
I had a feeling we could have. Just nice tasting room, super clean. Everything about this place is super clean, and the beer is, I mean, just...
Served in stemware.
Yeah,
which
stemware.
I'm not a huge fan of, but and also it's in all the volumes are in centiliters.
Oh yeah, you have to do a little bit of metric.
25 centiliters is about 8 ounces. So just
you have to
get
review.
over it.
You have to review your metric system arithmetic from 5th grade before you go. Yeah, these big red wine goblets, but.
They're good for foam formation and for aroma direction. So they make sense, but like walking around with stemware out on the lawn, I was sure I was going to spill or break something.
You didn't though. You did well.
No, it's beer. I try very hard not to spill or break.
Beth and wine glasses don't get along.
No, I'm a stemware person.
But we thought they were all on nitro because the head on every single one of their beers was so tight and so dense and so creamy. And we asked, of course, is this on nitro? And the guy was like, no. And I was like, wow, interesting. Then we went to Casita in Wilson, North Carolina. And the guy who's the brewer at Casita used to brew here at Hill Farmstead. His beers were exactly the same way. So
that's another video.
I'm assuming, I don't know because the guy at Casita did not want to talk to us. He was very bashful. And the server at Hill Farmstead, didn't have the technical knowledge. I'm guessing that they're just aging for a long time.
Yeah, it's their process apparently.
The longer you age, and especially if you naturally carbonate instead of forced carbonating or a combination of both, you're going to get this really super tight, dense head. Plus, it has to be well-made beer. You're not going to get that kind of head if it's not well-made, and Hill Farmstead obviously is. But yeah, put this place on your list for sure. It's out of the way, but it's totally worth it. That's our friend Karen, by the way, who drove us around. She was a gracious host. On to Lawson's. Lawson's has almost become, well, it's easy to get. You can buy Lawson's almost
Except
anywhere.
for today.
Except for today, yeah. That's why we're drinking Fiddlehead.
We wanted to get some for this video and just couldn't find it today.
I was sure we had saved a Hill Farmstead for this video.
Oh, we didn't
And I
save
said to
enough.
Beth, don't we have it? No. Long gone. Oh, well. It was Dead Flowers, right?
It was.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
think we may have used it on another video.
That's why it's gone, because it was really good. Anyway, on to Lawson's. Lawson's, the beer is excellent. Don't get me wrong. Even though it's real easy to get nowadays. Here's Bleep coming in, covered with Vermont mud. But, this is the brewery. Wasn't open that day, so we didn't really get to see the inside. Brewery and tasting room separate. Here's the tasting room. Look at this door. Carved in the shape of the logo. This is obviously, well, it's not obvious maybe, but we know for a fact that this is the second Lawson's brewery, and they really went over the top with design, architecture, space. This Lawson's, the beer is absolutely superb, but the space is just
gorgeous.
This is the view when you walk in. This stone fireplace looks like it goes 10 stories up, and this huge vaulted cathedral ceiling all made from wood. It's just stunning. It was literally breathtaking when we walked in there.
Yep, and then all that marble behind the tap
marble,
handles.
wood, lots of wood. This is Vermont, obviously, but just, holy cow, look at this place.
And a pretty patio. We sat outside.
They did tulips, which we kind of prefer over big red wine goblets. I don't know, you feel more secure with a tulip.
Yeah, they're just more solid.
Those big red balloon goblets, I'm always afraid of. You look at it, it's going to break. Don't ask me how we know that. But, yeah, just, wow. And we had, do you have your Lawson notes? Because I know we had a beer there. I can start over.
Brave Little State, Hops a Lot, Double Sunshine, Steve's Backyard Red, which was a collaboration with a home brewer.
Oh, yeah, nice.
A local home brewer, which we thought was really interesting. And Super Session number 8, which was a mosaic. Apparently Super Session is all single hops, and that one was mosaic.
Hops a Lot was superb. See, when you're in the local bottle shop, you can find Sip of Sunshine. That's what Lawson's is famous
and Little
for.
Sip.
That's their flagship. Little Sip,
Session.
which is the session version. But at the brewery, a lot more interesting stuff and really great. I really liked Hops a Lot. I really liked Double Sunshine. So, anyway, but definitely put Lawson's on your list if you're going to do a Vermont trip. Start over. Okay. The Pièce de Résistance, the Alchemist. Also a second brewery, and they also went completely nuts with architecture and design and just built. You just can't even begin to describe this place. Good thing we have video. The brewery itself is stark. It's all white, but there's all this like kind of funky art everywhere you look in some corner.
Like the cans are. The cans are very funky.
Exactly,
the art.
yeah. And
but with more color.
Yeah, lots more color at the brewery. Here's the grain silo is a perfect example. So you have this stark white, super clean brewery and this crazy grain silo.
Beautiful.
The tasting room is technically closed. I think they're still in COVID mode.
I think they said they're doing renovation.
They said that, but
we didn't see any renovation, but we were just glad to get in.
The swag shop was open, so we could go in the building, which was a huge bonus because I was, hoping to get in there and get some video, obviously. But just all this art on the walls, this really
pretty,
interesting sort of pen and ink style, similar to the Heady Topper can. But just, this space is just amazing. Very like Lawson's, very cathedral-esque. These are both sort of cathedrals to craft beer.
And the outside space was also gorgeous, beautifully landscaped, and we were there just on a perfect day.
We did. We got very lucky. interesting little tchotchkes here and there. This is the men's room.
And Sal freaks out when he goes to the men's room in the gym because there's art in there. Like, he always panics that he went into the ladies' room, so...
One of the coolest men's rooms that I've ever been in. At the Alchemist. Look at this. Giant heady topper can. Oh, Focal Banger, actually. Focal Banger can. Now, you probably can't see it, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because we work in breweries. The genius of this, in addition to the incredible wall art, the genius of this boys' room, the spigot, the soap dispenser, and the air dryer are all over this one big long sink. So the floor doesn't get splashed with water and soap.
Anybody who cleans bathrooms will appreciate that.
Yeah. Genius. Every brewery should follow their example.
And there you see it says drink from the can. And when they serve you outside, they do just give you the can.
No glasses.
No, they do not give you a glassware or even a plastic cup.
Here's some of the landscaping that Beth mentioned. We met our friends Justin and Jimmy up there. There's a view from the backyard of the brewery. Again, just a beautiful, beautiful space. Heady Topper, of course, is the flagship and the one that used to be the thing that you couldn't get, like Russian River and some other IPA breweries. It's a lot more available now because this brewery is so much bigger and they have so much more capacity. But Kiss of Dank, I don't think you're going to find in your local bottle shop.
Probably not.
Boy, was it good.
Kiss of Dank, smell of Vermont.
Yes, the smell of Vermont.
Yeah.
Well said.
But they had other things. They had an Imperial Stout in a can, and they had a Saison.
They had a Saison. So we're like, oh, man, you can't drink Saison out of a can.
We got to see it.
But there's no glasses there, so what do? Well, when you take your house everywhere you go, like we do, you grab a glass from your kitchen. So here's Justin pouring his Saison. We wanted to see it. And I was pretty
you should be able to see a Saison.
Yes, you should be able to look at it. Any beer, really. I was pretty sure we were going to get thrown out because we brought our own glass. We did not.
I snuck by security.
But then we were looking at the label of the Saison, and it said, you really should drink this out of a glass.
It did.
So
yeah.
Then
So
I thought,
we were justified.
Maybe we won't get thrown out. An amazing experience. The whole Vermont thing, an amazing experience. These three in particular, obviously. The others that we mentioned, put them on your list for sure.
And there was a bunch that we didn't catch, but they're probably great too. Vermont's definitely a destination.
Yeah, there's
if you're looking for good beer.
So many breweries in Vermont, and it's just timing. You go by. We even went by a few. Like, say, hey, hi, how are you? They're closed. It is what it is.
Yeah,
that's the story of our lives to some degree. There are very few breweries that are open every day, and one of them is in South Jersey, believe it or not. See, everyone should follow that example. We're talking about Ludlam Island. Ludlam Island Brewery.
That would be awesome.
Ludlam Island Brewery.
Would make it easier to film
everybody. Would make it easier for us. Come on, guys. Ludlam Island Brewery is open every single day. Every single day. Even Christmas Day, 12 noon.
We know because we've been there.
Yeah, noon to 8 p.m. every single day. We were talking to the owner one day. It's like, really? Every day? He said, yeah, I want people who work in the industry to be able to come here. Not just breweries, but restaurants.
Because he's a restaurant person.
He's a food guy. So it's like, way to go, Bill. That's how every brewery should be. Follow Bill's example. Just saying.
We can get to your brewery.
We digress. Anything else about Vermont?
No, everybody should go to Vermont.
Yeah. If you like beer. You should go to Vermont anyway. Vermont's beautiful. If you don't like beer, you're probably not watching this channel.
But there's stuff to do there that's not beer related.
Yeah. Oh, there is?
So I've heard. There's a bike path or two.
I think they ski up there.
Yeah.
That thing with like snow. Yeah. Okay.
Not my thing.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
And get 3 friends to subscribe.
That would be great.